Hi, in this video, we're going to go over the enhancements I made to you entering your score for both stroke play and match play tournaments. It also includes the new feature that I call real-time leaderboard. So here you can see I've already just created a demo schedule. We're going to go through a stroke play and a match play tournament. So let's bring it on up here and go ahead and get the stroke play tournament started so we can show about entering our score and how it's different. So now you see you have your scorecard just as usual. I added what your match number is and also a relative to par as you're playing. So we also have what we call the real-time leaderboard. So as you're entering your scores here, you can see it updates your current total and how you are relative to par, like this. And of course, if you hit a bad character or something like that, it's not going to allow it. So let's say you've done this and you're up here. Okay, I'm 2 under at this point because of an eagle on 2. And I can see now, we'll take a look at what I call in the real-time leaderboard. It's going to show you the leaderboard as of the first round where I have completed 4 holes. And I'm in match 45. So if I go to here, and I've completed 4 holes, you'll see me I put my name as Mike Jones. You should see me at -2, I believe. There I am right here after 4 holes. And if we come on down, you see what everybody else has done who already played. Some people have not started yet because they're in a match following me, so they haven't even started their round yet. So if we come back here, I can undo this. Let's say come back here. Let's see what would have happened if I had been after only the first hole. And notice it undoes everything. Or after the second, let's come after the first hole here. And then view that real-time leaderboard. Now I should be even par. Right there, Mike Jones even par. And you'll see many more people have not started their round. So you can do this as kind of like a snapshot of where you're at in that current round in the standing compared to everybody else. So this will help out if you're coming up to the par 5 and do you need to go forward in 2 or do you need to lay up depending on where you're at in the leaderboard. The rest of it remains all the same that you had in the previous versions. So that's the changes here for the stroke play. I'm going to pause this right now and finish up this tournament and then bring up the match play so you can see how the match play looks. Okay, so we completed the Masters stroke play tournament. Now we're going to come up to the World Golf Championships match play tournament. We'll get that started. And I'm scheduled to play. I'm in match number 1. Play the round. Now this scorecard looks a little different than the stroke play because you're going to see your opponent's score hole by hole as you play it. So here we are, we're on hole 1, it's a par 5. We see that Lee Jansen took a 5 on it. So I will enter in what my score is. Let's say I had a 4. I enter the score. I'm now 1 up. On hole 2, Lee made a 3. Let's say I bogeyed that. So then we're all square. And then Lee made a 4 on hole 3, which is a par 4. Let's say I bogeyed that. Lee then went to 1 up. So you'll go through all of this, but then let's say I made a mistake. I wasn't a 5. I accidentally hit that by accident. It should have been a 4. So it'll undo it, bring me back. Well, let's make it a 3 because it's enter a score. Then I go back to 1 up. So it'll work like that throughout the round until finally, let's just say we finish this up all 3. So you can see if you don't enter anything, it'll give it bogus also. So let's go through like this until you get all the way up to where you've won the tournament. So there, and then you have to record your match. But let's say even at this point, you can still come back and go undo, and it'll take it back to 7 up at that point, and so forth. So let's take it on out to where we go all square so you can see what happens when we go to sudden death. So let's undo and undo and undo and undo, get it back, say to all square. And then let's just enter in what Lee made every hole. So that way we're sure we're just going to go all square to and get the sudden death. So let's do that real quick. I'm going to finish this up. whoops, 3, 5, 3, 4, 3, 4, 2, and 5. Okay, matches all square, going to sudden death. So it clears everything out. So now it's going to, let's say the first hole we still went. It's going to keep on going until around and around until you or him wins a hole. Let's say I won the hole here. We know he made a 3, I took a 2. So there, I won the match, and now we have to record our results. So we come over here, we'll record the results. And I'll take you to the match play recap. Now, my match ended up in needing sudden death, but like it had already been done before, the rest of the matches that ended up all square, you still have to play their, or let the AI play their matches to conclude. So you'll hit that and you'll conduct the playoffs for the rest of the matches. Now everybody is done. Now you recorded your round. Now this has to record all the other competitions rounds, all the other matches. So that's all done. So now you can go back to the screen and ready to start, say, round 2. We'll come back up. And in round 2, I'm playing Peter Fowler. He run his first round, and then we'll go through it all over again. Of course, if I hit something bogus here, it's going to give me invalid score. You saw if I just try to do this, it's not going to work either. Or if I put a 0, which is not a valid score. But anything else is good. So let's say I went 5, and then 3, 4. And let's say you say, I want to cancel, come back. You can come back out, and it'll pick up where you left off, or you can come back in. It'll start all over. So it'll redo his scores differently because he may have had a different random factor coming in the second time around. So it'll go through it all here. So let's say, I just really played bad, and we'll let Peter win this game or win this match. And so that way we can finish this up here. Okay, 7 and 6, we record. Takes us back here. We have some others who were all square, this match right here. So we have to conduct those playoffs. And that's done, and we can record the round. So Peter Fowler won our match over here, and we're ready to start and go on with the rest of it. And so those are the changes with your real-time leaderboard on the stroke play, and then in the match play, you can see how your opponent did on each hole. So that can also determine what you need to do on each hole as you're playing. Okay, thank you very much.